Hey everyone, this is Louey7 and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online. I am back on Loueyden the Warden, who just finished Minas Morgul, the actual city Minas Morgul, in the Minas Morgul expansion content, and I am ready to head to Thuringwath for my quest. But first, it looks like my kin is doing their weekly Racco run, which is the first boss in Throne of the Dreadchair, which is just a really quick thing, and you can get a lot of the coins. I can't, the name of them is blanking on me right now, but like not Minas Ithil, but I think there's Ithil in the name. It's kind of bothering me now, but I will be running that at the start and just getting ready to quest. Then the main thing with the stream will be questing in Thuringwath, I believe is where I'm headed. And ancient Ithil coins, that is what they are called. And you just get enough of those to get, I think, even a couple starlit crystals just for like one run, weekly run. And I don't think I will need Discord for this. Like my usual kin events on Anor, I know I always use Discord and have to get that set up, but I don't think with this kin, especially for this, that I will need it. But I should probably try to pay attention to stuff that is going on. So I actually need to, in my chat, Odd can chat to that and have fellowship and raid there and actually pay attention to that. But anyway, with this character, I was just at Bree and got my good old VIP subscriber town services thing, so I'll put that on my bar. Otherwise, I need to actually travel towards, I'm guessing Edchad Ual is where I need to go. But I actually need to travel towards Thuringwath. There's actually a stable master even closer than Edchad Ual where I headed. It's the one southeast of here, but I can't see the name of it behind all this stuff. Tain Orwath, that's what it's called. So we will head there. I think I've pretty much done all the stuff I need to in a town, but while I am here, I do want to check maybe the Reclamation of Minas Ithil, just kind of remind myself of what is here. I don't know, it seems like this crafting stuff wouldn't really be useful at this point. So maybe I should look towards spending all my well-preserved relics of Minas Ithil on other stuff. I need reputation anyway, so I probably need to use them on that. And hello, Contra K, you said, what do you think, when will LOTRO completely shut down, rather? I am not sure. Hopefully not anytime soon. The game has been going on for a very long time, so I don't expect that to stop too soon, but I am not sure completely. Looks like I could get this gear. Just plain old item level 408 gear, but I'd probably replace, if I got 408 gear, I could replace it very quickly in update 28, it looks like, if they keep a lot of the stuff from the beta and that. But it is nice. This is some really nice stuff, I think, to have in the game. Just easy yellow, not too great gear that you can get very easily, though. It seems like you could get it very easily. I'm not sure if it's actually that easily. Need relics of Minas Ithil, can get a ton of those actually just from running like the solo instances. But anyway, I just wanted to check these vendors again and remind myself. It seems like they're mainly used for crafting, but it looks like we are ready for our Throne of the Dreadchair run. Just the first boss again. It's very quick to do this and very rewarding to do. For this character, he actually doesn't need the starlit crystals, but with a lot of my alts, I could actually use starlit crystals on them, but I'm not really playing them too much lately because of some other issues, not the legendary items. Actually, I know a lot of people dislike the legendary item grind. I don't mind it as much as other things that are in this game, so that one actually doesn't bother me too much. But with the starlit crystals, I actually just end up selling them. It's more efficient for me to sell them and then use that gold on other stuff, or at least eventually use it on other stuff, I think. Then even like I could get starlit crystals from them, then buy scrolls of empowerment, which I need a ton of these to still put on stuff like all of these legacies. Which, speaking of legacies, I really need to settle on this character's legacies. He has pretty much all the good ones, but the actual stat ones, like 200 vitality, even if it goes up to 264, that's like hardly any. It's 1000 morale, which is not much at this point. It's not even like 1% of my total morale. But I think if we look at all the legacies that I could replace it with, and I do actually have imbued item legacy replacement scroll things. Yeah, I still have one of those, and I think I have another one in my shared storage or on another character. I'm not entirely sure. This one actually isn't bound, so if I don't need it, I could sell it. I thought I had some bound ones. Maybe they're in like my shared storage, but I think these people always jump when they're ready. It's kind of fun. But it looks like we are about to go, and again, this boss should be fairly quick and easy. I'm just trying to look real quick. Recklessness critical rating, that is pretty much the only thing I'd consider over what I have. Even the Gambit life tap damage, I would probably want that over Recklessness. Just like raw critical rating from Recklessness is a 20-second buff on a cooldown. Get all my gambits ready. It's one thing with the Warden now, is it takes a little bit to prepare at the beginning of a fight and even before a fight, but if I actually do this right and don't mess up my gambits, I'm still in range dance anyway, and now I'm going very slowly. So I'm using some very bad gambits there, but I'll go ahead and get on track in a second here. There we go. It just takes a little bit of setup using your Javelin skills and then using Recklessness, the buff, and then actually if you use the right gambits, unlike me there, it just takes a moment. That's on top of the class already has a lot of damage over time, so it just takes a little bit for you to contribute too much, but that's okay. I think with how little health he has, I'm not sure if I need to go through everything again, so I can just hit some of these stronger gambits. I think. I'm actually standing in a bad spot trying to get closer to them. Alright, so it also takes a minute to distribute loot. It probably takes just as long to distribute loot as it does to kill the boss, or even longer. So that'll be another minute here. While we're doing that, I can look at some of my inventory, maybe trying to clean it up a little bit. So my shared storage is full. It is completely full. I have a Legacy of Vitality if I wanted that, but I don't think I want that. I'm guessing I'm going to go ahead and use all these, I think, in a minute with the reputation things, but I will wait a minute to do that. I'm just seeing there, it doesn't look like there's anything sticking out to me that I really need from the shared storage or need to put in the shared storage. Reputation acceleration, I'd rather save that if I use that. Looks like that goes to its own thing. Apparently that made, it said you do not have enough room to do that, and I put it in and it's in there. That's a little bit weird. I wasn't paying too much attention. So Contra K, you think it is more worth doing a whole run and not just Rakothas? That is possible. This is just what my kin does, and at least as far as what I'm doing, especially when I'm trying to quest on this character, I actually like that it's just the one boss and super quick to run. They also run on a bunch of alts, so I don't know if it's more efficient for them, just because they do go with a lot of alts, maybe more efficient to quickly run in for the first boss than out. But yeah, that's definitely a possible thing, and I think I've seen other people like search for groups for that. If you get all these ancient Ithil coins, that's just a ton of stuff. Ton of LI stuff you can get from that, really. Hey, Johnny Biscuit. Otherwise, that is my shared storage. We can get out of that. I'm looking, here it is. For my vault on this character, that's also similarly full. I'll go ahead and make it a little bit smaller so we can see a little bit what's going on. Looks like we're still getting the loot managed, and yeah, my vault's also full of a bunch of old crafting stuff that for the most part this character doesn't need. He doesn't need like all these ingots or anything like that anymore. Just a bunch of old crafting things. It would be nice. That would be the nice stuff to have. What am I trying to think of? I was reading the ancient Ithil coins. I was like, ancient carryalls. Yeah, the crafting carryalls is what I was thinking. Have a lot of loot boxes. I also don't need those in my shared storage. I'm not saving these up for anything in particular. The only thing is I have the bound sturdy steel keys, and I thought you could turn these into black steel keys, but you might only be able to get the loot boxes. I'm going to keep those in my inventory, so actually I won't keep them in my inventory, but it's just something I need to think about. Oh, it looks like I need to turn auto loot. Unless it's always loot all. There we go. Unless I thought they distributed it. Okay, I think I'm doing this right. Normally we have it on like master loot and then they send it off. The master looter sends it off, but then I think they forgot to switch it from group loot or whatever, is why we have to do this. So with doing the full Throne of the Dreadterror raid, if you can do it fast, it's really good. Yeah, that's something I'm curious if my kin ever would run that. Ooh, I might actually win this, the last two set of ancient Ithil coins. Or last one set, I'm not sure. Got that. That's nice because this character, I know he still needs, as I mentioned, a ton of like scrolls of empowerment for the allies eventually. Actually, looking at the allies, that would be a better thing for me to look at. So we're doing the same thing for the second box, which means I have to pass on all these again. But as far as the Javelin goes, oh yeah, all my settings gems, all my relics, I deconstructed or turned them all into shards as an experimental thing. I don't remember when I did that, but I did that recently on this character, I think on a stream. But I have the Glimmering Ithil Rune of Force, which I think is an upgrade from the one I have on the Javelin, so I'll go ahead and equip that. But I think even on the Javelin one, getting the base combat damage rating would be a good thing eventually, but just because I don't have anything else better, I'll go ahead and put that in. Wow, I'm getting... Normally, at least with this group, I haven't gotten good rolls on all the extra stuff. Alright, so interacting with too much stuff. Oh, that one didn't say it would bind to you. That kind of worried me. It was kind of quick. Okay, so 2 sets of ancient Ithil coins. And I got Tome of the Little Mumak, so that is nice. I'm not sure if this is a rare thing, somewhat rare thing, it seems like it, but this character actually has 2 cosmetic pets now. I have a hound and now it looks like the Little Mumak, so that is nice. kind of odd because in this game I haven't had too many cosmetic like pets to really think about too much, and then I suddenly have two. Trying to get him to go on the rock. He doesn't seem to want to. Nope. I wonder why it doesn't want to go on the rock. That's really weird. There it does. Can't really get a screenshot of it. That's what I was trying to do, but anyway, back to looking at the LI a little bit. As far as legacies go on the Javelin, I even have a Might legacy, which does basically nothing. One is in combat power regen, 2,000 of that. Probably not too impactful at this point, I'm guessing. You already have about 16,000 in. That's plenty more morale. I mean, more power than what I have already. Probably not in the free morale regen. Javelin skills critical rating, but it's only 8,700 critical rating. Just a lot of these. Shield Gambit line healing could be a universal one I get. That works for all specs in general. Especially for tanking, getting even 50% on that would be pretty decent. Not that I do much tanking, but anything I do solo where I need survivability, that would be an interesting thing. This is actually good for me to think about because at some point, maybe this weekend, I'll have a Warden guide. And in that I'm going to be talking about, like, giving an update on my guides in general. Okay, so I think we are done with the run. It looks like everybody else already left, but going to go ahead and drop the fellowship, and I think they start their next round, which is on their alts, and since it is like a weekly chest, I think I'm done with that and we can actually get on track to the questing. And before I decide to head that way, I'm actually going to take the Stable Master there. And this was Thuringwath. Also, one thing is, I think something's giving me a little bit extra lag, and I'm not sure what all it is. Looks like my chat on YouTube is working. Sometimes I have a second page of it, the actual watch page, open because it decides to not work sometimes, but I think that is actually good. That's a pretty simple outfit. It looks actually colorfully thematic to this area. I'm just not sure it's the most combat-oriented outfit. Anyway, as far as quests here, it looks like I got one quest actually here before even the Thuringwath, or did I turn in the Thuringwath quest? Oh, I did turn in a quest. I didn't even pay attention to what I was doing. So yeah, I'd have into Falchgirth is what it looks like that quest is. I still have a couple bounty quests, Lost Lore, I think that's Lost Lore, and this is Enter the Rim Chant, so that's all not too important. And what I'm kind of hoping with this character, just like for a brief outlook, is I would really like to be getting finished with Wells of Langflood by time update 28 comes out, and that is, right now that seems like a very large task because I have been going super slow on this character for a few reasons, but I'm not sure the outlook, at least the near future outlook, is that great for getting a bunch of stuff done. But I think just in general my time in LOTRO will be focused a little bit more on this character and questing specifically on him, getting through the quests and Wells of Langflood and all that, just so y'all have a brief outlook for what I will be focused on a little bit more. And it looks like I decided to not turn on Always Loot All again. There we go. It'd be hard for me to imagine playing a game that doesn't have Always Loot All on like that. At least an MMORPG with like similar looting styles. I know in WoW, I don't remember if like vanilla WoW way back when had auto loot, but it was always, when I played it, like the first thing I would turn on. And same with LOTRO, but in WoW I know you still have to like click enemies. It looks like this is a page. It looks like it will be a new page for Thuringwath, for a new book in Thuringwath rather. And it looks like I have a little quest here that goes to the, I was gonna say west, but this is actually the east. I was going to say this looked like an enemy camp until I got up here. I expected it to be an enemy camp, and now it's a friendly camp. And one thing with my sigils of Imlad Ithil is I have a ton of those. I really have to find out what I should be spending those on, because I have almost to the cap, almost to 999, so I have to really decide on that soon. Don't want to basically be wasting them. So there's a lot of stuff I gotta decide on with the well-preserved relics of Minas Ithil and all that stuff, what I will actually be using them on. Smith Reindeer. Looks like there is a small stone, and it's so tiny I can't even see it. That was a very easy quest. Oh, it looks like I got a quest to talk to him, so we'll do that. The Secret Shadow. So this is on the way to Thuringwath. I wonder, I really don't know the significance of this area or Barnirnath. I just know it's an area, and for some reason I just didn't expect it to be like the end area for Minas Morgul. It seems like we finished most of the danger stuff in Minas Morgul. We killed, don't remember his name, something like Golemath or something like that. I don't remember. I don't think that was it actually, but we killed that guy, the evil guy, in Minas Morgul and did all that stuff, finished the Black Book of Mordor quest at least, but it looks like as far as the zone goes, we're still continuing with the storyline after that. It's kind of interesting how the flow of that ended up. The Black Book of Mordor, I don't know if this is the best way to put it, but it seemed like it suddenly ended, which of course there was a lot of build up to it, but it just kind of ended. And then I had more quests in the zone, so that was a little bit weird and unexpected, I guess, for me. I'm kind of thinking randomly while we're following Mithrandir here. With my channel, it's been a bit weird the past couple weeks, so about 2 weeks ago, I started to record a lot of guides, which I think you all have seen like 3 of so far, or 2 of them. The Blue Hunter and Red Burglar guide, I think. But I also recorded a couple other guides and just did a lot of things to prepare for some future guides. And then I was planning on, like, at a point I thought I'd just have a ton of guides to edit and have a bunch up within the past couple weeks, and then I only had the 2 like in the past week. I think yesterday was the Burglar one, and a couple days before that was the Blue Hunter one. And just to go on about that a little bit, well, we're still following this very slow walker. Yeah, I'm just thinking about this actual quest. He's just walking so slow, but I guess he is old, so we'll do that, and then guess we're just going through the shadow. So the pass widens into Thuringwath. Oh, that actually worked. But with the guides, it ended up that I got them like halfway edited and never got that finished, so now I'm finally getting them up, and you all should start seeing more in the near future. It looks like I got an upgraded earring, so I can do that just to double check. I get a bunch of offensive stats, replace some defensive stats, and as far as I'm concerned, that is good. So, and that's compared to the hero's earring I had there, by the way. And it looks like the quest reward for this one is another purple piece of gear. I'm not sure it will be an upgrade over mine. Right now it doesn't look like it, but we'll actually look at that more when the time comes. This is an interesting area. There's still, I'd almost say, a little bit of fogginess rather than shadow is what it looks like, but it looks like there's that little bit of shadowy type idea, and for some reason this is not what I pictured. I really shouldn't have expectations just based on the map for what things look like on the actual landscape, but this is another area like Thungal. This just isn't what I pictured it as. I didn't really know what to expect. I expected more of like a big structured area around here, and there might be like, okay, there actually is a big structured thing right there. That is interesting. But I expected like the whole area to be built basically, and not really a natural landscape like this again. Hi Finrear 6995, you asked if I've done this quest line before, and I have not, and I just used the same gambit twice, but that's okay. Yes, I have not done this quest line. I am still new to Minas Morgul, and this is my first time going through it, so it's interesting to see all this stuff for the first time, like all the unexpected stuff with the landscape. This is a good, I think, good area for some screenshots. So I'm just going to roam around a little bit here. Now there is, he got rid of the shadow from back there, Mithrandir did, but then there's a ton of shadow down there. I'm assuming that's not a safe area to jump to. I don't know if we'll eventually go down there. I guess we eventually do, but I'll just follow this quest, and it looks like I don't actually need to do anything in the landscape here, so I can get traveling a little bit faster now. Okay, I was just trying to get a few more screenshots because I know on this character I've been bad about getting landscape screenshots. There aren't always a bunch of like great opportunities. I need to switch back to the yellow line if we're gonna be in open landscape like this. But yeah, there aren't a bunch of opportunities, it seems like, in Minas Morgul to get a bunch of great screenshots as far as landscape goes, but there are some areas I probably could have just been getting more screenshots in general. Some white trees. Even with the map, it actually looks like white trees looking at it a little closer, and now that I've been down here, but it's something before that I didn't really expect out of this, to have white trees, and those shadow things are doing a ton of damage to me. I think their aura effect, especially going in and out of it, that just piles on the damage. So here are a bunch of footprints. I actually like the white trees though. They give a nice contrast to just the general darkness of this area. Like, even they still look a little bit dark even though they are white. Alright, so I need to continue following these footsteps, and it looks like, for some reason I was thinking I saw something up there to the left, but it looks like it's just straight through here. And I pulled something again. Oops. Did not mean to use Impressive Flourish, but it'll do its damage. It looks like I keep finding all these pages. It seems like I found more in this area than I have anywhere else. At least like in this much rapid succession. Alright, so I followed the footprints. I was thinking this is where it was leading to, but maybe not. I just saw this interesting... I honestly don't know what that's supposed to be. It almost looks like a dragon, but it looks a little bit more evil. I don't know if it's like one of those fell beasts. It doesn't quite look like it to me though. But here are the actual footprints. I think they're leading up to this area, rather. Now it looks like we're back to where we go somewhere and then get a couple extra quests over here. I'm really interested to see how this will play out because it doesn't look like there's an actual questing camp in this area on Thuringwath, but we'll see how it actually plays out when we get going through a little bit more. Fane of the Dead. Oh, I need to burn remains. That's just like an extra step from killing mobs, but it's okay. It should go quickly, only 12 of them. And then I'm not sure, I got a couple other quests. Collect some things, stone rubbings from the tombs, and rune inscribed urns. So lots of collecting and a little bit of burning. Normally it seems like it's a lot of burning and a little bit of collecting here, just in the zone in general and the expansion content in general. They really give you a break from the mobs on this floor though. I got like 3 quest items and didn't have to fight one wight. Unless I guess they were all hiding on this side. One thing with cosmetic pets is I start to wonder, like just while I'm going through combat, why they aren't attacking. I'm just not used to having, especially a little Moomak. I don't know necessarily that it's something I think of doing a lot in combat, but it looks like it's something that could. Like it's not like I'm flying a kite like those cosmetic pets. So it's just a little bit weird. I'm like going through, I'm like, why isn't my pet actually doing anything? Why isn't it fighting? I just have to remember it's actually a cosmetic pet. It's just out for the looks. This is, yeah, that's the scholar item for this area. Oh, I should probably burn this white. Yeah, this looks like more like an actual questing camp up here. Wow, there are a ton of whites up here. This is perhaps dangerous, especially if they have auras, but I will go about this, and looks like I'm getting even more quests here. Instead of Fane of the Dead, I'm Master of the Fane for this one. Or not, I am not the Master of the Fane, rather the quest is Master of the Fane. And I think, yeah, we actually have to kill the Master of the Fane. So I might actually be able to burn all the corpses I need here, I'm not sure. If I killed quite that many, it actually does look like I will have enough, so that's good. Just that means I can go about killing and don't need to worry about this anymore. Even though I have to just sit here and collect other quest items. Rather, it looks like I still need 2 urns and 7 more stone rubbings. But I'll go ahead and round up a few more whites, then do a big set of quest item pickups. Hey Hippocratic Oath, you said your cosmetic pig sometimes takes a nap during a fight. And depending on the class, I'm not sure that should be possible. If you're playing a minstrel and actually healing in a fight, I could see a pig falling asleep to that, but if you're like a warden and shouting all the time, it's a wonder how the pig can get any sleep. And hi, If I Fear, you said you have one small question on physical and tactical rating and physical and tactical mitigation. What do those stats primarily do, and should one be worried about them while leveling? Okay, so the mitigation ones are your defensive ones. They reduce the damage you take from like physical and tactical attacks. I need to... There's something right here. Here it is, the Ancient Tomb. For some reason, until I actually targeted it, my mouse was not switching to the grab mode or whatever. But the tactical mitigation and physical mitigation are the defensive ones, and those I wouldn't worry too much about them while leveling, at least on gear pieces. If you are like taking a ton of damage, it is of course something. If you find a piece of gear with mitigation, it'll boost your defenses, so that's a good thing as far as that goes. But like being worried about getting mitigation on your gear while leveling won't be too important, I don't think. At least I don't ever really worry about it while leveling. And then about the tactical, physical and tactical mastery rating, those are going to be your offensive stats, and on any character they're going to be what makes you do damage, basically. So they're very important for that, and it depends on the class if you want physical versus tactical. But they're definitely something that is good to look out for while leveling, for boosting your offenses and the damage you do, really. So yeah, if you're a physical class like a melee class or a hunter, those pretty much all use physical mastery. And then classes like the Runekeeper, Minstrel, Lore Master, anything that casts spells will do tactical mastery for their primary stat. Looks like all these whites are coming back. I need to use the delete key. I still need 3 more stone rubbings. I'm not sure if I have to get them in this area specifically. Looks like I'm kind of leading up towards the boss area, I'm guessing. Actually, it does look like there are more stone rubbings up here that I can get. And there's a chest. But to go on a little bit more, I'll go about the 2 mitigations. Physical mitigation will be the most common. Like, enemies most commonly do physical attacks, so having physical mitigation because of that can be a good thing. But with tactical mitigation, when you take the most damage in combat, it's usually going to be from tactical attacks, because tactical mitigation itself is relatively low compared to just like passive physical mitigation, mainly from armor, because that gives you less tactical mitigation and more physical mitigation. So that's just one thing, I guess, to consider with it is, even though you take, most commonly you'll take physical damage, where physical mitigation would help, sometimes like with your virtues you could consider boosting your tactical mitigation, just because that's going to be the type that kills you more often, I guess. And it really depends on the level and content you're doing. Like here, when I'm taking all the shadow damage, that's all like tactical damage, but compared to them using melee attacks, these are actually bad examples because it's like 5400 and 6800. But then the shadow is like the shadow aura, diseased ore, that stuff hits me for 3k, 3k, 2.8k, and that's all tactical, even the 4k, but it all piles on. But that was, and unfortunately, a slightly bad example in this particular case, because their melee attacks are actually dealing more damage. And things like, if you run group content, you'll probably notice that things that one-shot tend to be tactical attacks as well. There's Master of the Fane. There are a ton of chests in this area. Hey, me games, things are going pretty good here. Running through Thuringwath for the first time on this, not only on this character, but the first time I'm actually running through it. Looks like there's a slain ranger that I need to interact with, and oh, that actually completes the quest. I got a bunch of Sigils of Imlad Ithil. Oh, I completed Quest of Imlad Morgul and Mordor Besiege. I completed Quest of Thuringwath, really? Was this like the only quest set in Thuringwath? That's crazy if it was, because when I was entering here, I was like, I'm not sure what all will be involved with the questing here, because it doesn't seem like there's a regular quest camp and we're just kind of going through this, but I actually need to go back to Echad Uol for my turn-in. Look, oh, I do have a turn-in back here just a little bit. Kind of curious, I just want to check. Okay, there's nothing back here. There's a chest on this side, though, that I will get. So Fenrir, you said you only need 8 quests, and yeah, I don't know, that was just unexpected that I would already be done with that quest deed at this point, but I guess it's good because this character, as I mentioned, has been going extremely slowly, so having something that's quick to progress through I don't think is a bad thing. So what I'm going to do here, maybe I'll actually do it in the yellow line for extra fun. I think the yellow line is my second setup, but I'll use whatever's in my second setup there. Because there are so many enemies here, I'm just going to run through them all, and this could be dangerous because I am in a DPS spec, and they do have that shadow aura which likes to kill me, but we will try to just run through this all and pull them out of the line of sight to get all the ranged ones clumped together. And apparently I'm pulling new ones, but that's okay. I think either a lot of them ran away or a lot of them died from my bleeds, which is why I went in the yellow line for that a lot of damage over time on a pull with range resounding challenge. Yeah, that's crazy. With Mordor Besieged, you did need a ton of quests with that one, it seemed like. I had to run through all the quests basically, and then I think I finally completed it. Alright, so I should have, I think, a turn-in over here. Oh, he went up to this area. Alright, so this is a defensive armor piece, and I don't think it will be an upgrade, so I'll still take it, I just won't use it. And it looks like that was it as far... Ooh, there's a rear Mordor chest I could have missed. Okay, so got that, but I think my inventory is getting to the overflowing point. My town services item. Go ahead and put that on my bar on the spec. I think this one, yeah, I can break that down into the embers, so I'll just do that, and then... Okay, don't have anything here that I need to really worry about. Okay, now I am ready to go back to town, and I'll use my muster skill to do that. Hey, very thorough. He said, thanks for all the videos over the years, and you don't currently play, but the nostalgia is real. Well, I'm glad you enjoy the videos, even though you don't play. Looks like I'm ready to turn in a task. I did not even know that. What other task items? I don't think... Oh, the person is in my ken. I think I just sold all my task items, but that's okay, and I'll probably pay attention to that a little bit later, but it's just something I need to, in general, think more about with this game. Let's see, go back to Chad, you all there? So in that quest dialogue, it says Gandalf stares at the statue of the Balrog. Yeah, sometimes I should read quest dialogues because they have like interesting things like that and would give more clue. That looks like, so this door from the back looked both like my runekeeper, my elf runekeeper on Anor, and then a mixture of some of the dwarves I play with on Anor. It's kind of weird on the server when I run into somebody that looks familiar, but then I'm on like a totally different server from what my Anor kin I usually play with. That's really the reason I play on Anor, is because my kin is there anymore. And it looks like, oh, I got a bunch of new things now. These did not exist when I was just at this town before I finished Thuringwath, so I guess completing that deed, it unlocked all the stuff. So this is the stuff that this character didn't have unlocked, and now he does have unlocked, so that's very exciting. It looks like you have repeatable quest in the instances, actually. House of Lamentation, that I'm not sure if I have that one. I have the Shadow Roost, I know. That one was pretty easy. It's just the Houses of Lamentation, rather. Not sure if I have that one yet. But I'll eventually get all those. I wonder what the wanted. Well, I'm just getting like thrown all this stuff all of a sudden. I'm not sure. Veil of Sorcery, that's the quest I want to work on, I think. Reclamation. Gashan Kutat. Or I already entered Gashan Kutat, I thought. I guess I am done with all the quests though. That was kind of unexpected again for that to all be like super quick. So Fenrir, you have no idea what that quest line was about. Yeah, I'm not sure. That was super quick. You just kind of went there, and Gandalf he made the shadow disappear and then he left. That's what it at least seemed like to me. It was kind of weird. And even like for myself that doesn't pay too much attention to the quest, it still seemed a little bit weird. So yeah, I have all these dailies. So there are 10 weekly dailies, and then you also unlock Morgul roving threats weekly and 4 Minas Morgul instance completion quests. And these reset every day, and you just take 10 of these, including the same one every day till you do 10 for this week. Hey Vendaro, you can see my gear. It's not much to look at. I still have a bunch of the heroes gear. That's the stuff I got for the level 120 boost on this character. So a bunch of that, still just a couple pieces of quest gear really. Yeah, it's pretty much all just the quest gear, all below item level, like 410. The good thing I have, only relatively good thing, is the shield that somebody in my kin crafted me basically as soon as I got level 130. So that was pretty nice. And then I also have a Warden's Fist carving item. Class slot item that gives tactical mitigation would be my other somewhat good piece of gear. I also have my allies, which are all the way up on DPS, I believe, but you know, still could use relics and stuff on them, and really a bunch of these ones, the Scrolls of Empowerment tiers. But yeah, that's what's going on with my gear, which is something on this character I actually have to think about now. As far as quests in general, I have the Veil of Sorcery, and I think that is my next step, it looks like. All these other ones I'm guessing are like dailies. And then, not with this stream, but in my, I guess next stream of this character, I'll start looking at doing either the dailies with Minas Morgul. I'm not too sure I want to focus on those a bunch, but wow. Just have to do a lot of clicking here just to get all these accepted. But starting the Wells of Lingflood will be the next step on this character after this. And I think, as Fenrir actually mentioned, I get the Morgul roving threats. I'm thinking those are the ones where you have to kill the, what are they called? Not the Kargals, the Nazguls and Mordor Besieged. The continued threats, I think. But as far as the, so I'm actually going to look at this. I think I can show it so you all can see while I'm looking at it. But I want to find out what to spend these well-preserved relics of Minas Ithil on. And from what I have heard, yeah, they only barter from 2 things. Let me turn my display capture on, and I think Oh, that looks a little funky, but I think you all can see. There we go. But this is just, okay, so that's the vendor. This is the well-preserved relics of Minas Morgul, which are the ones I have a ton of. These are the vendors, so it looks like cosmetic pets. I'm not sure if I'd be too interested in that. Probably would get the tailor recipes would be a good thing. I need the well-preserved relics of Minas Morgul for that. But the other person, he has actual gear, he has jewelry. And this is again the stuff I think I'll actually replace if I tried to. His medium armor. Yeah, so I think there. I'll just replace it with, or the gear I would replace in Wells of Lengthflood, so I won't worry about that too much. So I think the very first thing I need to do is actually use one of these for reputation. So I'll use the base ones. Actually have the Reclamation Continues one as a new deed. So I actually need to, if I can get my panel, sometimes this stuff just takes a minute. I'm not sure what the red reputation means. To me, that would mean I'm like at war at them. It makes me think of the old World of Warcraft one where it's like that, but I'll go ahead and just use a few of these. So the Reclamation Continues. That's all it says. It doesn't say like, it just says the Reclamation Continues. Let's see if I can barter anything now. So I can trade. I can trade my relics into different things. Guess I'll just keep using these. Again, I'm not too sure how important it is at this point. Oh, there's a quest every week on Tunes with the Reclamation Continues 4. So I'm at the Reclamation Continues 2. And that is to trade 100 sigils for Ember. So that's probably what I want to save my sigils of Imlad Ithil for. I'll just have to wait until I get that. So I'll just keep using these and see what they unlock. So that's the Reclamation Continues 2. And I need to get all the way to the Reclamation Continues 4 for that, it sounds like. I wonder, I actually have a bunch of reputation accelerators. I might go ahead and use one. I'm actually not sure if I want to do that. If there's something else, it would be better to save that for. This is all pretty much brand new to me. I'm already celebrated with the White Company. I'm also used to there only being Kindred reputation. I know I have other like level 120 characters and I've gone through reputations that have more than Kindred, but I'm just like, I've never actually gone through it all. Somebody cheered at me, but I have way too many UI panels open to see who. Unless I just target random people and find out. Oh, that was an interesting name, Radablast. Like Radagast, but it's a lore master, but blast instead of ghast. Hey Dinjarin, sorry for seeing your message late. This is pretty crazy with all this new stuff, and yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and just use a bunch of these still. I'll run all the instances. I might even do that today to help a little bit with that. So Trial of Sorrow. Getting all these sigils of Imlad Ithil, I might actually have to spin some of those. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just click all these. I don't want to sit here doing a bunch of nothing. I'll even get rid of those virtue things. Actually, don't have enough inventory space. I was going to try to open my rare treasure of Mordor. What I can use is my flame of... Oops, did not mean to use a hope token. Hopefully that doesn't even go off. Oh, it did go off. That's okay, I have like 50 of them and only used one of them for that. Looks like I am having also a little bit of lag just trying to get through this stuff, but... Okay, I can open these and then I'll free up a couple inventory spaces. Alright, so... So the rep items I'm working on, Oh, I shouldn't feel pressed to use accelerators. That is good to know. I know I have a ton of accelerators, just like accumulating that stuff from whatever over the years, even though I don't actually buy them. I just have ended up with a lot of them. But that's good to know. I shouldn't feel pressed to do those. So the Nazguls, we'll drop them, and I've been getting them from running just the solo instances. Just from what I'm doing, so it seems to be pretty fine getting those. I'll just have to keep an eye on my Sigils of Imladith. I'll try not to spend those until I basically need to. But as far as quests I have all these repeatable quests, it looks like, for the instances. The only one I'm not sure is the Houses of Lamentation. That one does not sound familiar. Yeah, that's Bar and Yrnaith. The Houses of Lamentation. I'm also not sure where the Fallen Kings is. Must have completed the 9 to play this instance. Rumor Chance is just discovering that. This is also Discovery Bar and Yrnaith. All of the other instances, at least so far, all the quests have taken me to them. There was... Okay, if I actually go back to my quest, I had one non-repeatable quest. Oh. So many quests. I can... Actually, I think I can cancel some of these quests just to clean my quest log a little bit. Gladdenmere, I want to keep that with Kidzul Claw. At Wood's Edge, that's just to talk to somebody in Holvis. I can do that. There's the Wells of Langflood, the starter quest for that. But I want to get back on track with the book quest at some point. Hello, Nico alumni. Okay, so Fallen Kings opens after doing the Nazgul's roving threats, just kill them all one time. That might be something I try to look at doing now. I know my kinship has been pretty helpful directing me with this stuff, but I haven't... It's been a while since I've asked them really much about this, but I think Gashan Kutat, just because this is a non-repeatable quest, it's Veil of Sorcery, the Reclamation begins, so I'm guessing I will start with that and just see where that leads for now. Nico alumni, you asked what is my favorite music, and that is a bit interesting. So I listen to rock and metal mainly, and I used to, how I got into it was actually the Rock Band game way back. That was a few years ago. And particularly the band Rush, they had a lot of fun songs on it, so that is how I got into the genre. And then kind of some I guess fantasy driven music is how I explored the metal genre a little bit more, like some symphonic and folk and power metal type stuff. Alright, so trying to think with this instance, oh, I had a quest in here. It just said attempt to enter Gashan Kutat. I'm guessing that means I need to actually do the instance. I'm trying to remember, actually, so when I first did this instance, I used to head up and then I would run back down and just basically do a huge loop and bug it out, but I think I only need to kill the Warden of the Archive and then I can go about this. I've done this probably 4 times now, and I was just like going through this, not really thinking about what I needed to do, more thinking about the quest. But I will kill the Warden of the Archive here and then actually get going about stuff. This is the instance I like to break a lot and make it bug one way or another, so we will try to not do that today. I wonder if I actually need to kill a bunch of extra enemies for the quest, I'm not sure. Oh, Veil of Sorcery, Imlad Morgul Veil of Sorcery. So this is Veil of Sorcery, the Reclamation begins. But then there's a quest apparently to complete 4 of these scaling instances, which is probably somewhere in my quest log. Minas Morgul, Gashan Kutat. Yeah, this gives a bunch of embers. So this is 4 instances. And this is a weekly, so that gives a bunch of sigils of Himlad Ithil and Ithilharn Shard, Pristine Relics, Embers of Enchantment, and Virtue XP, so a bunch of stuff from that on a weekly reset. Yeah, I have to wait for him to talk, that's what I'm doing now. Once again, getting distracted with all the quests with what I actually need to do in the instance, but I think I'm just waiting for him to finish talking, then I can click the thing in the middle and just do that a bunch. This instance is nice because you get 3 chests from it compared to, it seems like most of the other ones you only get 2 chests. Only 2 bosses is what I mean by that. And I still haven't run all these with the full Fellowship version. I don't know how much different the mechanics are, but be interested to kind of finally get to doing that with some of them. It's just, I don't see too many people running, especially like tier 1 versions, but usually if I see something, Askad Mazal AM, that one seems pretty common, and that one's usually at like tier 3, it seems like. Occasionally I'll see some other ones. There's the Harrowing. Oh, you have to kill the ads first. The Harrowing of Minas Morgul, I think that one. Harrowing of Morgul. That one's pretty common that I see, and then the Roost, Shadow Roost, I think. I should be using better gambits. And probably by hitting that one with the green effect, I think he's healing up is the way that works. Oh, I'm actually in the yellow line. I did not even realize that. I was just like going about this, and then I look at my skill bar and I'm like, oh, I am in the yellow spec, so okay. I can still like go about, oops, did not mean to build that up again. I can still go about doing like the melee stuff. Actually, I even think that going through and doing all these dots wouldn't be a bad thing even in the yellow line. Get all the AoE still. Just get a little bit of extra benefit when I do switch to range and use some of those gambits. So Salmon Fire, you said by doing some of the 6-mans you can use the Barter or Esteladlan. Okay, I have not been back to Esteladlan since getting it seems like completed with the actual quests and the deed and all that. What gambit? How about Brink of Victory? I really should have switched to the red line. I had no idea I was in the yellow line still somehow. I guess I was paying 0 attention to my skills or anything like that, my setup. Okay, I'll get a couple. And I don't know the optimal way for the yellow line anymore. So it used to be, I think this is the last soldier, and he's getting a bunch of heals from me right now, especially all my dots. That does not help at all, but he should be done. It looks like he is done absorbing. Well, I got a big 188k crit on something. Anyway, if I have time, I don't think actually I have time. Actually, I think I'm having lag right now. Hopefully I'm not dropping frames right now. That's always a concern if I have lag in the game. That, oh, stuff wanna work? Nope. Oh, one button's working. Alright, there we go. So I feel like when you have seized the moment, if you can very quickly build unnerving strike rather, that is probably a good thing. But otherwise, seems like even being in melee wouldn't be too bad. Having the stronger assailment, not gambits, that's what I was about to call them, javelin skills is good, I think. Oh, all this lag is messing me up a lot right now. I think I used some morale tap somehow at some point there. I think I should actually even use Javelin of Deadly Force. This is just, I don't know if it's actually a lot slower than Redline. I know Yellow Line Warden in general is stronger now than it used to be especially, but to me it at least feels slower, probably because I don't really play it optimally. It feels a lot slower than Redline, at least when I'm just playing it and spinning around here. And that boss, he has a ton of morale, and it's a slow fight anyway, but it just feels extra slow always to me. Actually, my loyalty virtue, I was just looking at that, that's actually getting up to near the cap for what I have, which is 68. I think it'll go up to 72, which is quite a bit higher in update 28. At least that's what they currently have it as. So I am going about a bad order of my skills, but at least I'm in the red line this time, and this fight will probably go significantly faster. It's weird not having to run and use a staff or whatever. The staff is the main one I remember when he does shadow take you in the actual Baird Golaran fight where this boss is from. It's nice not having to do it, but it is a little bit weird. It would be interesting if they kept the mechanics of these old bosses. It seems like they keep some of the mechanics, but like using the staff for this boss and just being set up on like the 3 sides, the left, back, and right side with the different items you get throughout the instance. Okay, so I think there might be one more little boss. Yeah, this is the Ring Forge of Orthanc. I really don't remember where this was from. I feel like it's like a Tower of Orthanc type thing, but I don't think it actually is. It could be. He said Made of Mordor, but actually I was kind of thinking it could be one of the Mordor ones. Oops. Actually, I should actually be doing my actual battle preparation stuff. Getting range resounding challenge. Nice thing about this fight also is I can use a bunch of AoE. I think the main thing is just staying out of the fire a little bit. I'm not even sure, maybe Penrith has the most health, maybe I should focus on him. At least when I'm not stunned and when I get out of the fire here. That fight was super short. 3 mobs and I could mainly do a bunch of AoE there. Ooh, I got an Ithilglad crafting component there. I know those are worth, like as far as their worth relative to other things, I think similar to Starlight Crystals. Thinking they were like 70 gold or something around that. I think I have 2 of those now. I don't know if they will be getting replaced in update 28 or if they're even used. Maybe there's something new in Wells of Blankblood. I'm not sure how relevant they will be in that, but it would just be nice that I have 2 if they are still relevant. Maybe If I get this character's crafting up, I don't know what new crafting there will be in Update 28. That's not something I've actually seen on the beta. So this fight, I am going about it a little bit weirdly because I wasn't quite ready to start it. I was just thinking about other things. But I'll go ahead and get through and reset. And oh, I meant to use my Javelin skills before I used Recklessness, of course, but go through at least one strong rotation of gambits, maybe. So I have Desolation ready for whenever time for that comes. I might have already used that bleed, I don't even know. Looks like I'm missing all my AoE light dots somehow, even though I thought I just used Surety of Death and Desolation, but maybe not. I'd almost say these bosses, as far as this instance goes, are a little bit more annoying than anything else. Some of them actually have like mechanics I need to think about, but for a solo fight, some of these just take so long. It feels like it's more of a long, drawn-out fight than an interesting fight. To me, in general, in these at least. In this one, I mean. Once again, no, I didn't actually use that. I was going to say once again, I think I actually already used that gambit, but I did not. I haven't used my single target light dots. And this is the point where he's so low on morale, but it's actually still good to go about getting all my dots on. And getting bounced around doesn't help, especially with me. If I actually wanted to concentrate fully on the gambits, especially when playing solo, just don't really think about them that much. I just kind of use some strong ones and go about it, try not to repeat the same ones. And that's really the way it is with the Warden. You use the strongest gambits first. I mean, that's basically true of any class with the Warden. It's just gambits instead of regular skills. As far as like a general pattern to follow for your skills, but that's just generally what I do when I'm solo, instead of like actually focusing hard on my rotation and making sure that's all optimal and everything or whatever. But anyway, I am moving. I have a debuff I can remove. It's like I'm walking very slowly and I don't see a debuff, but I actually did have a debuff. Here is an item. Oh, I need to collect some sort of stuff, it looks like, in this. This is the first one I found, so I might have to run back and get a lot of this stuff. I wonder, I have this quest, the quest to enter this instance, the Veil of Sorcery one. I was wondering if this was like for the Fellowship version specifically, and it does not look like it. Hi Rafael Toledo, and you are correct that I don't really like Twitch. It's been a long time since I've actually tried it though, tried streaming there, but there are a few reasons I preferred YouTube when I started streaming on YouTube. And first of all, just for my channel, I'm already on YouTube, so transitioning to switch to Twitch from that would be a little bit hard, just because I am already here on YouTube. And otherwise, I just didn't actually like streaming on it. And also, if I am like viewing any stream, I don't really do that too frequently, but if I am watching a stream or something, I usually prefer to watch on YouTube as well. I just have a much better playback experience on it. And that's one of the things with Twitch. When I first started streaming there, the quality compared to what you could do on YouTube was much less, and there was a lot less like freedom with how you could set up your encoder, I guess, with I use OBS. For some reason, I like to take a lot of damage on this fight, and I notice when I move around, or if I move around a bunch, I tend to avoid taking all that damage. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. It's probably not actually a thing and just a little bit random. Like, I have this ugly green looking thing on me. Target is AI active. Now I'm taking like 30,000 damage. or whatever. And I'm using a bunch of bad gambits. And one thing is, just because Never Surrender doesn't really work here, it's another little bit of a concern, but got through it all okay, and I'll loot the chest, and I guess I should go back for some Gondorian Scrolls. We'll see. It doesn't look like my Veil of Sorcery quest advanced at all, even though I just like ran Gashan Kutat. I attempted to enter it, and I successfully entered it and ran through the whole thing, so I'm not sure what that is about. But I will go ahead, I guess, and run through Morgul. See, I can't see. I have like 3 things targeted on my mini-map, it looks like. I can't actually tell where the thing I was targeting was at. Don't need the Ithil artifact chest. Now that's all I want to target. Morgul manuscript, so I think that's what I need. I wonder, I guess it's actually not better to switch to the tank spec because most of the healing and survival stuff I get is from the 2 rangers. So I'll stick to that and just try to get these Gondorian Scrolls. Okay, there's one up here, and I'll stop here. Oh, they are all casting something. I don't know what that ultimately did, if it's like a buff they give themselves, or probably one of the many debuffs I got. Susceptibility to fear, minus fear resistance rating. So got a couple of Gondorian Scrolls here. Looks like there are a whole bunch of them on the right. Maybe they're not Gondorian. Maybe they're like Rohirric, I guess would be the other. I was trying to think of something very similar, and I think Rohirric would be the Rohan version. Alright, all I am targeting are the Ithil artifact chests. There is actually one manuscript, but I don't know where that is. It is up above, I'm guessing, because I decided to randomly spin around, and there I decided to have some lag and used a alt tap, I think. Here is something I can pick up, though. Oh, that's one of the manuscripts. Actually, I need to get 8 of these manuscripts as well. Wow. Okay, so got one more strong dot on him, and just to quickly look, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like there's some stuff I can get here. Have a lot of dread. I don't know exactly when or why that happens in this instance, but sometimes it does. I'm not sure if it's a particular mob that causes it, but even with all my hope here, I have +6 hope. I just have a ton of dread here, but I can get this Morgul manuscript, and it looks like the dread is going away with. Here are the rangers, so all good with them, and yeah, just going to look for some more. There's a Morgul manuscript, so I can get that one. Looks like I'll have to kill, I think maybe it's even the Shade of Dark Knowledge that does the dread, I'm not entirely sure. Again, who does it, but I'll focus a little bit more on killing this guy. Looks like I already used Desolation, that's what I was about to use. Okay, so actually no dread issues there. It could also be just like triggered by going into a certain area. I'm not sure again. But looks like 4 more Gondorian Scrolls and 5 more manuscripts. Just to make sure I have something targeted over here. Yeah, I don't think it's actually there. There's a manuscript over here. Maybe a couple things on this side that I'll try to get. Here's one of these Shades of Dark Knowledge. They just have a lot of morale, so getting some of my single target dots on them can be good. I was not sure that it was the best idea to try and get that manuscript in the middle of combat, but it worked. And I think there's another item I can get here, another manuscript. So Raphael, USY, just have one big bag, and I prefer it that way. If you're asking how I got that as well, you can drag these inventory slots from your other bags in the edit mode, the little wheel icon at the top left of bag 1, and you can do that, but I just prefer having it all in one big bag like that. I used to not, but eventually I grew to preferring that instead of having multiple bags. I think that having the separation between bags was nice, and that's kind of why I used to not like having one big bag, but then just having the cleanness and no extra UI, I guess, going around there keeps the screen a little bit more clean and less cluttered, is now why I prefer one bag. Okay, so 2 more Gondorian Scrolls, and then, oops, didn't even realize I had a gambit already building up. 2 more Gondorian Scrolls though, and then 3 more of the transcripts, and I see none of those down here. I am targeting a Gondorian Scroll. I don't know if that is down or if it's actually showing correctly on my minimap. I'll go back here one more time, and yeah, it's not here. It's actually, I'm running, it must be, I must have missed something below me here. It's actually another level right there. I doubt it would be on that platform, but that's kind of, on the mini map it looks like it's inside, like it's one of these scrolls almost, but I'm not actually getting it up there, so I'll go ahead and head to this side and just see what there is. Okay, here's another situation. It must be down below because I have not looked down below on this side. And I guess while I'm going about this, I should probably give everybody an outlook. I was just about to use my debuff removers, and then I got disarmed, I think it was. But just an outlook for the rest of the stream. I'll probably do maybe one more solo instance. I'm not sure. I might try to do one of the quicker ones. This one's taking a while because I need to get all the extra quest items and did not realize I need to be running around. And this one's just slower in general with the combat, even with the rangers supposedly helping wherever they went. But it looks like if I go to the other side, maybe I can get the manuscripts I need. And then I know that for sure there's at least one scroll back down there on the bottom, and I'm targeting a manuscript. I actually missed one on this side, even though I thought I looked on both sides, but it looks like I missed this one, so I'll go ahead and get that in. Then I'll just need 2 more up at the top. It looks like they have this Shade of Dark Knowledge. They're attacking him. So I'll help with that real quick just so we don't run into any issues with that. Okay, that should be plenty of dots to get him killed though, and can hopefully go back to normal on this side. But what I need is not a heavy Ithil artifact chest. Wow, I took a ton of damage there. They should be getting their heals on me, but I did not actually have the heals from the Ranger, which is how you survive all this stuff in the solo version. I'm not really sure how it goes in the Fellowship version, but at least for the solo version that's out. And there is one Morgul manuscript. I don't know if I needed this one in particular, but it is here. Actually, I'll go ahead and use Range Resounding Challenge, but I was thinking I should probably get it on the Shade of Dark Knowledge, but it looks like after that pretty much everything should be just about dead or dying from the dots, so good to loot this, and then I think just go back down, I believe, and we can get the rest of this stuff. But yeah, this really, I don't know if it seems like it to everybody else, but for me at least it feels like this is going very slowly to get through this, but it's okay. I'll get some of the dailies completed with this, or at least some of the repeatable quests here. I think they are all, at least these are all dailies that I could do. Okay, that is plenty of dots once again. So I'll try to get the scroll real quick, and then there should be one manuscript, and here is one. So we can get that and then finally leave this instance and see some of the progress on my quest. Okay, that one was available for like auto turn in, but the only thing is, once again I had that quest to actually enter Gashan Kutat, or it said attempt to enter, and I attempted to enter and I successfully entered, but then that was it with the quest. Okay, so got one turn in there, and I got a turn in to this guy on the right. So I got 2 turn-ins, a couple relics of Minas Ithil, a couple sigils of Imlad Ithil on that one. Okay, so I still need to discover Barnirnath. And yeah, it's the Spells of Sorcery, the Reclamation begins. I once again entered Gashan Kutat, but that was it. Can try entering again. I'm not sure why that would help. Maybe I missed something somehow from entering. It still just says attempt to enter. I don't know if I actually have to go to that area in Minas Morgul to attempt to enter. Should probably actually track that quest. So it has the actual tracking where the entrance is to the instance, I think. I'm just not sure if it's worth going all that way right now. I can think about that later if I need to. I still want to unlock all the instances though and do all that. It sounds like maybe I just need to go to the other town. I only went to Chadual now, so I'll go to Estiladlan and see if anything unlocked there. I'm thinking some stuff should have, but I'm not entirely sure, because I think there are like some crafting things I should be able to do now, I think. But I'm not sure if you have to do the same thing to unlock those or even something else. I'm not actually seeing any new quests here. So maybe I just need to start running more things again. And also with Gashan Kutat, maybe I need to run like the Fellowship version, the 6-man version, so I can actually try just entering that to see if that counts successfully for my attempt. And it does not look like it. So we can go ahead and leave. I don't need to try to run through the full Fellowship version. Otherwise, I could head to Mordor Besieged and see if anything unlocked there. Actually, I'm going to, while I'm traveling there, I'm going to look at this quest on the LOTRO. The reclamation begins. So I'm kind of wondering, I'm not really getting too much information from the LOTRO wiki about what you actually need to do for this quest. I wonder if this would lead me. I think the Houses of Lamentation is still the instance I have not discovered. Yeah, Barney Ornaith, I still have not discovered that one. It's the only one I haven't been led to by quest. That's why I feel like I'm missing a quest or something, but I don't think I actually am. This is just the only one that doesn't say it's repeatable, is why I was focused on that. But to get going on with things and not just drone on about that, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is try to head to this and just see if there's anything unlocked in Mordor Besieged that I could do. Not sure that there would be, or I wouldn't even know where to go here, to be honest, if stuff does unlock, or if it would probably be back in one of the Minas Morgul camps or Minas Morgul. One thing I do need to do here, I think I need to discover something. So just while I'm here, maybe I can do that. I must not be pressing the right button. Oh, I'm pressing slash instead of shift. But if we look at my deeds, Minas Morgul, I guess this would be, I need to learn of Dol Nig, wherever that is. That is southeast. I wonder why I never actually discovered that. I feel like I maybe missed a quest, like a little quest set there. Also, I need rare chests of Mordor Besieged as well. I don't know what rare chest I got. Maybe I actually don't need to go here. Deed, Reclamation of Minas Ithil, Explorer of Minas Morgul and Mordor Besieged. Maybe I need to do the Explorer, which would probably be. Well, I need to do the rare chest and exploring all these. Wow, I have a lot of things it seems like I still need to do, which is okay, but I just didn't realize there were a ton of like more exploration things that I needed to do. So maybe for the rest of the stream, I'll go ahead and just try and finish out Mordor Besieged, at least for now, and see how that goes. If I have any like Slayer deeds, I actually don't think I have any Slayer deeds in Mordor Besieged, but I need to explore Dol Nig, and I need 3 more rare Mordor chests. So I'm going to look at the LOTRO wiki once I get my horse deed a little bit settled and under control with where it's going, and preferably not rubber banding through barricades and the rocks there. So I'll go ahead and go on this path. I still really like this landscape. I know I went through the zone like super quickly, it seemed like. It was almost a little bit sad that I was like so interested in him, and I was finished with it. I think I spent most of the expansion content time in Minas Morgul. So far it kind of made me forget about all this other stuff that I enjoyed with the expansion that was outside of Minas Morgul. But I will look at the LOTRO wiki for and Mordor, the rare Mordor chest and Mordor Besieged, the good version of Mordor. For anybody that wasn't here when I went through this zone, I just basically call Mordor Besieged the good version of Mordor. Okay, so they don't have a map. Sometimes LOTRO wiki will have a nice map with all these things, but it looks like they don't have a map. Well, actually they do. You pull up one and it gives the map. Alright, so I have a map that I can look at for where I possibly need to go. There's one in Dol Nig. I'm guessing there are a couple near Barad-dûr that I probably did not get, but there is one at Dol Nig that I know I didn't get, and then I'll have 2 more after that. And Raphael, you said nice horse. You're wondering where you can get this, and I am honestly not sure. Let's see what armor I have, appearance I have on it. This is Citadel? Yeah, Citadel comparison. It is said that Baragon of the Minas Tirith Tower Guard decorates his beloved steed in armor much like this. I'm not sure where I got this. I'm not sure where I get any of my worsted appearances. I'm actually surprised if that one actually is the Citadel set, if that is from Minas Tirith. I basically haven't done anything on Minas Tirith or anything from this character, so I don't know if it's just some account bound thing from an expansion, some addition I got on that would be my guess, but I'm just not sure on that, unfortunately. Actually, I do like this. That's probably why I equipped this appearance, because I do like it. It doesn't quite match my character's armor, but that's okay. Salmon Fire, I did not discover Bar Nearnath and Thuringwath yet. That is something I still need to do. Gloom of Nirn, it looks like I got one of these scourges. This is Complete Quest of Imlad Morgul Continued Threat, so at least I got that. I would have thought that was not an auto-bestowed quest, but that is okay. So I'll try maybe to do those as well. I don't know if that means there's one nearby is why I got that quest auto-bestowed. Bunch of level 122s. They should take a ton of damage from me. Yeah, I remember going through the landscape here on Loueyden because he had that nice Valor gear. At level 120, everything was so easy, and then I was like, kind of through Minas Morgul especially, finally starting to run into some difficulty. I think with the second circle it kind of started, but mainly with the third circle even. Okay, so discover Dol Naig, and it looks like, yeah, I just totally missed. Somehow I never got to Dol Naig when I went through the quest here, so I totally missed this quest set. So we'll just catch back up on this. I don't think I actually need the quest set for anything. I've completed like the quest of Mordor Besieged, got that deed complete. But there should be a rare Mordor chest up here. That's what I'm more interested in compared to this other stuff. Looks like there's also a Lost Lore page. I can get here a couple of them actually. So I'll get those and then maybe look a little bit for the rare Mordor chest, which actually I just saw it flashing right there, and it looks like I just need 3 more archers defeated, which should go by quickly. Maybe could just turn around and actually hit him with my javelin, but I wanted to try to loot the page. And should be, oh, I was going to say 1 more hit and he should be dead, but 0 more hits. Well, this was interesting. I'm kind of sad I missed it while I was going through Mordor Besieged. I don't know why I never went up here, if it was just something you never had to go to, but yeah, never ended up here. And it looks like I need 2 more rare Mordor chests, I think, so I could actually track that to know for sure. So this is Mordor Besieged. Unfortunately, I don't know which ones I missed, but there are 2 more rare treasure chests in Mordor Besieged I need to try to find while going all crazy on my worsted and zooming through the landscape and now getting some broken legs. Now these are my favorite things. I didn't see them too much in Morgul Vale, but these little patrolling things are like my favorite thing in this zone, I think. Especially the one, actually I still have that gif, I could show it, but the one of the troll followed by the orc followed by the goblin. Here is a random lore page. I'll go ahead and get that. I don't know if I would ever, maybe I would eventually come back and get all these lore pages. I don't know how many more I need. Looks like I actually need a ton more, but you know, it's something I'm just not sure on. Of course I get a little bit of reward, and I think it's more about getting some of the lore stuff associated with that, housing items and the actual copy of Lost Lore Mordor Besieged. Here is this. Where am I actually headed towards? Okay, this is where I think one of the chests is supposed to be, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I have not gotten this one. So it's kind of weird, when I finished Morgul Siege, you are kind of just teleported out of here. I was planning on actually doing a little bit more exploring and maybe completing all the deeds, but then I was just teleported out of here and teleported to Minas Morgul, or to the Morgul Vale. So it's just like I kept doing that and didn't ever actually come back here. But I think I was planning on exploring like all this stuff, maybe going up to Barad-dûr even. But I need one more chest, and there are a lot of options for where it can be, I think, but there is one area I suspect it might be. This one I'm just less sure on. I only knew that I didn't get the one in Dolnig and the one way down here, but looking at the map, there is one close to Barad-dûr that I suspect I might need. I'm not sure exactly where it is, I just know it's slightly north of the road, kind of right where I'm headed. And it could be one I have gotten, but we shall see. I'm also not sure if I need to go down or stay up. Getting raspy voice there.
Though we long strove, besting even the Dark Lord's mightiest servants, those fell ramparts yielded not. Surely the halls of Barad-dûr rang with Sauron's laughter at our despair.
Oh, so apparently I was muted. I have no idea how long I was muted. That was probably a little bit weird. Basically, I think what I'm doing is going to look for the Gloom of Nirn. I don't remember if I talked about that while I was muted or not, but I'm going to look for the Gloom of Nirn, and I thought I could do that while I was here, even though I'm not sure exactly where he is, and I think I was muted when I talked about this, but doing it solo I think will be interesting, even if it might not go so well, because I think they're intended for like 3-man or 6-man groups, as far as I know. But I'm not entirely sure where he is. I just know I saw, I think, him around Amon Fuin here. But yeah, that was just really weird with me being muted. I sometimes mute myself to like clear my throat briefly, just so I don't have to do that with the audio on. And my old microphone, like 3-4 years ago, whenever, that one here, oh, this is actually a different Bane of, this is the Bane of Rune, and he's a small fellowship guy. He looks a lot tougher than the other small fellowship stuff I did, so maybe I will switch to tank spec at least. The other small fellowship stuff I did was, I think it was an elite master as well, but this guy just looks like he has a ton of morale. And he makes my screen all hard to see out of. There we go, finally. For some reason the game modes are going slow now, just a little bit of lag with that, I guess. There's another one right there with lag, but yeah, now he's packing on the damage. That's what I was kind of worried about, that he would. He didn't do too much damage right away. I actually don't know what he was inducting. I just thought I could hide behind the tree for whatever it was. Oops, I did not mean to use my thingy there. I am disarmed and don't have anything that I can rearm myself with. So I still have Never Surrender, if that would even bother to work, if it actually did have to trigger. Looks like I am silenced and can't remove that, at least right now. I was doing good. I had some damage stuff on him. Hide behind the tree in case that's actually something I need to worry about. And having just enough lag that I keep missing things. I think even my interrupt went off too late before, like from when I pressed it. I know I have Never Surrender, but that is known to not work basically now. So that's why I am being extra careful with my morale, even though I have that up. And I even have another Never Surrender I could use. Oh, he's having a lot of annoying stuff. I got him down like halfway. I think I even got him down to 1 million pretty quickly, but okay, if I actually have enough time to use a couple bleeds, even if I am going to run into issues with the things not working with the lag, if I can at least get a couple dots on him, I should be good for a little bit. Okay, that one I can actually interrupt, and once again missed my Gambit Mastery from lag, but I think it's okay. Alright, so that one wasn't too bad to do solo. I don't have enough room for this, which means my inventory is way full. I can actually filter a couple LIs. I know I have a ton of Warden ones that I don't really need. Actually, I might actually put those in my storage, so if I find my town subscriber service thing, I should have more storage in my vault now. Oh, I thought I cleared out all these chests. Loot boxes, rather. I guess not. I can sell, though. Lock that, and I'll go ahead and just sell the rest. Finish that. I still don't know the Veil of Sorcery attempt to enter Gashan. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to try to actually go to that entrance eventually. But yeah, I got that one done. I'm not sure where the other one, the Gloom of Nirn, where that is. This one, I don't remember his name, the Bane of Rune. That one I just remembered that he was in the area. I don't know where the Gloom of Nirn is, but anyway, we can go ahead and I think return to Mordor, not Mordor, Minas Morgul, Imlad Morgul, the Morgul Vale. So many Morguls and Ithils and even Mordor going on in this expansion. I think all of the NPCs are missing. At least I thought there were supposed to be things here other than environmental things. But yeah, I'm thinking for the rest of the stream, I'll go ahead and discover maybe Bar Nirnaeth and see where that leads. It was really weird again with the quest set that it just kind of went there and ended. All the other quest sets that I have done in this zone have led me to the instance that's like in the area, and this one did not. So I will go ahead and I think kind of get wrapping up the stream after I discover that. Maybe I'll run it if it's available and hopefully a little bit quick to run, but it's about time I need to get wrapping things up anyway, so maybe we'll do that. And I guess I decided to go the slow way here because I could have swift traveled, and I might even still be able to swift travel through this faster, but this is okay. Just gotta keep track of my sigils of Imlad Ithil. Man. Got something in my mouth that seemed like probably cat hair, but yeah, the sigils of Imlad Ithil, just because I'm so close to the cat, but it sounded like you could trade those in for embers after you get a bunch of reputation, which I guess I can turn these in. And see, it looks like I completed. My standing is now the Reclamation Continues 2, so I completed the Reclamation Continues 3, even though my standing is now Reclamation Continues 2, so I'm guessing I unlocked. Oh yeah, this was the first area, I think the first camp I actually had to go to quest in. There's some loose quests throughout, but I think that was the first like major quest camp that I went to. On this character, and just the zone in general. Going through this. Anyway, it looks like I was hoping I could open all those rare Mordor chests, but it looks like I don't have enough room. Honestly, I can probably just destroy one of those. I'll keep destroying those until I have enough room, and only need to destroy the one. This is a rich Ithil Skarn deposit. These are things, I guess because I've been in Minas Morgul for so long, the actual city. Actually, I want to filter that one. What's really nice about the pinning loot is that you can filter like directly from it, so you don't have to worry about dragging it to the filter panel, then destroying it. You can just filter it and it's like gone there. I must have taken some crazy wrong turn to get way up here when I need to be way down here. So I'll just deal with broken legs for a little bit and get through this very slowly. Those scourges, I'm guessing that group, when people search for that, is what I was just like doing a little bit previewing basically in Mordor Besieged. I think when people search that, they're doing like the scourges, the Gloom of Durn. It says like scourge, whatever, that's what they run, I think. This is really weird that there's a bunch of shadow here again. This was like, I thought Gandalf got rid of this. I guess he only temporarily got rid of it. This part's pretty clear. Once you get up here again, it's still a little bit... It looks a little bit foggy to me. For some reason, it just has a fog type look rather than a shadow type look, but I think it's supposed to be shadowy. Otherwise, I need to run straight, it looks like, and go to Barnirnath there. I'm not sure how well that will work again. This area seems just really weird in general. Not only with the quest, but the actual area. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to run around just to be safe. I really don't know. I mean, maybe there was something I missed as far as the quests here go. That's entirely possible, even though I completed like the quest deed and that was it. I think somebody, I think Vinrir in chat was talking about that. That's kind of just like it. Right, so get on the war steed to probably get knocked off if I get in combat for even a very brief amount. That's even just the aura is knocking me off. Maybe it would be faster. I don't know if it'd actually be faster. Well, that guy had a large aggro radius, I thought. I was like expecting to be fine pulling him and, well, fine going by him and not pulling him rather. But then he decided to get pulled anyway. And I don't know, I know my war steed I get knocked off on like one hit. I don't think that's the case with the regular mount, so I can try to run through this and see. Yeah, when I take like, whatever, 1,000 damage, it only does a tiny % to the actual horse's morale. So I'll go through this, I guess. Just go through this area on my own. Again, it seems like there's no quests here, just nothing here. It's a very interesting region as far as the looks of it. This is probably not something many people would think, but I actually think it looks a little bit like Lothlorien. Not Lothlorien. Yes, Lothlorien. It's, for some reason I thought I got Lothlorien and Trollshaws mixed up, but Lothlorien's the correct one. I guess Lothlorien's the kind of golden. Whoa. Was my morale just that low? I was paying attention to the landscape. I also had my UI hidden for a while, taking screenshots, but I guess my morale was just that low. Probably running in and out of the aura, the one that, yeah, a bunch of 4,000 damages there. I didn't know if that was something like in Angmar, there's the Wall of Death. Basically that instantly kills you, I think, when you go through that. It looks like there are some more quests here. I really don't know if I missed something with like the quest chain or that sorcery quest, the Veil of Sorcery quest that I have. If that one's just like not working, then that would eventually lead here anyway. But I'll go ahead and just discover this, and maybe I'll naturally get here. And maybe my next stream, wrapping up some Minas Morgul things, maybe I'll do that before I head towards the Wells of Lingflood. There's a Gaunt Man, another Gaunt Man. I guess I know where to go when all my characters questing for Gartha Garwin need these Gaunt Men that are pretty rare in there. They're all in this area in Minas Morgul. All in Minas Morgul, and then there are a few outside, it seems like. Here is Barnirnath, the Houses of Lamentation. This is an interesting, very evil looking building. But got that discovery done, so that's nice. Got all of the instances, I think, discovered, except for like the Fallen Kings, which is the one you have to actually, I think, complete all the Nazguls, it sounded like. All the continued threats, maybe, I don't remember exactly, but one of those. So yeah, I got all of these unlocked. I don't think I will actually run Barnirnath. I'll save that. I'll just save that for later so we can do it later. But for now, I will return to Esteladlon and maybe look at... Oops. So Salmon Fire, you said they look like giant marijuana leaves back there. That's a bit odd, but I didn't really pay enough attention to really see that, but oh, there's a rare chest there too. I totally missed that. I'll probably go back there. It looked like there were some quests I missed anyway, at least landscape quests. I did want to look. There are a few barter people here. I already got muster in this area. Oh, these are for your Sickles of Imlad Ithil. For some reason, when I looked these up on the LOTRO wiki, these were not here, so I probably actually want like these Ithil runes. I'll probably get better ones in Wells of Lingflood and the other area, but it could be there's like even the Ithil gems, I think, that would be an upgrade, so maybe I'll go ahead and do that and get like a couple of those, because I'm not really seeing anything better. Here's actually, so these are for Embers of Enchantment, like actual 130 gear. I think I'll get better stuff in Wells of Lingflood too. This is Fallen Kings, tier 3, different ones. Kashan Kutat. I wonder if this requires the 6-man version done. The Halls of Blacklore, tier 1. Don't know. This is probably, yeah, Rimmer Chant gear. Oh, it's Rimmer Chant Quartermaster. Anyway, I'll go ahead and maybe get a couple of these runes, I think, for now. Seems like a decent strategy. So this would be relics. Yeah, not runes, I meant relics. So the striking is the base combat damage modifier 1. But what I'm thinking I want for now is a... yeah, setting and a relic. I mean, a setting and a gem, if I can get my words right. So those are for the 6-man versions. Okay, that's what it looked like. I have, again, only run the solo version, so I'm actually thinking I want agility over vitality, mainly because I haven't had an issue with morale, at least. This is a rune, so I want the setting again. As far as the setting goes, there's crit rating and parry and evade, but there's also finesse. The finesse rating has a little bit more. What do I need? I probably need crit and not finesse. Actually, I kind of need both. Both would be valuable. I'm not really sure if there's one better to get than the other, but the one with finesse does provide more finesse, but I don't know, like, later on if I'll find more gear pieces with finesse or more with crit, but I'm thinking for now I'll go ahead and get one finesse one. Maybe. Man, I've had some weird lag in LOTRO. Like, I was doing my Hobbit presents, and I had my weekly one available, and then I, like, clicked it, and then apparently I clicked it again, thinking I didn't click it, but it just lagged. This was another case where I almost opened it twice. But I need to go to the Relic Master, which I should be able to do here. I thought I dragged this thing to my skill bar on, like, all my specs now, but I guess not this one. And then there's the relic combination, deconstruct, this one, and I will see if I swap this in. I will lose a little bit of critical rating, but I just want to see how much finesse this gives me. I'm at 18% now. That moves me up to 20%, so maybe for the other one I'll do, for the Javelin I'll do the critical rating one just to have a little bit of balance there. It's a nice thing about having two things, just so I can have these slightly separated. Okay, so this is Javelin, and just to double check before I equip it. Okay. Well, that took up a bunch of my sigils of Imlad Ithil. I don't think I'll go ahead and save the rest of the sigils for now, but that got rid of a good chunk of them, so I'm not, like, very close to the cap, and it seems like it'll be fairly easy to get them going forward. Otherwise, as far as this stream goes, I think that is about all I will do. I'm pretty much set up. I finished whatever Thuringwath quest super quickly, as we saw. There was just not much there, but it looks like there were some landscape quests that I ended up missing because, like, the storyline just kind of abruptly ended, it seemed like. But otherwise, I guess on the next stream on this character, I will probably continue with the Minas Morgul content instead of skipping straight to the Wells of Langflood, but I'm not entirely sure. That's at least right now what I'm thinking. But I'm also kind of feeling like maybe it would be good to leave this all behind and go ahead and get through the Wells of Langflood and then maybe go back and look at this stuff a little bit more later. So I'm also thinking that, so we'll see where I go next with this character. Otherwise, in the future, for tomorrow, I plan to have a video about Update 28, and then maybe have some guides or a Warden guide coming up this weekend, depending on my exact schedule of streaming. This is another busy weekend, but I think after this weekend and after, like, the middle of next week, I should be a little bit less busy in general and can maybe spend some more time, especially on this character, getting through Wells of Langflood and having some other videos coming up, especially with Update 28 and that beta and all that content coming from that. Anyway, I guess that is it, and that was just a little preview of at least what I think is going to be going on in the future. And as far as this stream goes, I hope that everybody has enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or consider becoming a channel member to support the content. And thanks for joining and chatting and watching, everyone.